In today's video, we're going to take a look at AutoCAD and the UCS options that you've got inside AutoCAD. Now, when we're working in 3D in AutoCAD, the UCS is very, very important. Why is this? So that when you're drawing on the correct plane if you're going to be drawing a 2D profile, so that when you do your 3D operation like an extrude, the extrude goes in the correct direction. So with this over here, I was going to do a quick little demonstration. At the moment, we see that we're on the world coordinate systems, the WCS, and that is something that comes up default whenever you work in AutoCAD. And when I say, for instance, draw a circle with my WCS, you'll notice there that it draws a circle and it's on the XY plane. Now, what happens when I change that XY plane? So one of the quickest ways to change the XY plane is you click the drop-down arrow under the world coordinate. You'll see I've got top, bottom, left, right, front, and back. Now, these different UCS views correlate with currently when it's in the world coordinate system with the view cube. If I change it to the left, for instance, what you'll notice is that the XY all of a sudden changes to this direction. But what it also does to the view cube, it tells me that this view cube, this is now the top view over here, because the Z is coming towards me. And if I had to draw anything 2D, would be on this XY plane over here. So let's just take a look at how that works. So if I'm looking at what I drew previously, you'll see that the circle is lying on that flat plane over there. And if I draw a circle here now in empty space, you'll notice there that it's now 90 degrees to each other. Okay, so by changing the UCS, I'm effectively changing the plane that I create any 2D profiles on to be able to create my 3D extrusion or revolve or whatever. Now, if I look at this, if I'm going to go and extrude that, you'll see it extrudes in that direction. And if I extrude this object over here, it extrudes in the direction that is 90 degrees to that first extrusion. Okay, so I'm just going to go back one. What happens if I want to create an extrusion on this this slanted surface over here? So at the moment, if I take a look at any of these are all at 90 degrees to the original WCS in some way or form. But it does not slope at that angle that I've created when I created that object in the top over there. So I'm just going to put it back into my world coordinate system, and let's take a look at what we can do over here. So one of the things we can do is probably the easiest is if we select this drop down over here, we've got your face, and what it does, it aligns the face to, or aligns the user coordinate system to the face on a 3D solid. So I'm going to select that, and it says select the face of a solid surface or mesh. So once again, in 3D AutoCAD as in 2D AutoCAD, read the command line, it'll tell you really what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to select that over there. Now it's reorientated onto that plane. If I look at that, yes, I've chosen that plane, and I'm going to go accept, and there we go. Now I could for instance get these X and Y coordinates running along sort of maybe that line over there, but for what I need to do over here, as long as I'm able to go and draw on that surface over there, so I'm just not going to draw on that surface. I'm going to draw it over here. Let's just see. You'll see I'll draw the circle, and that circle is basically on that surface over there as well. So I'm able to draw on that surface. I'm going to move it onto the face over here, and then when I extrude this, it will then go and extrude .90 degrees on that face over there. So if I look at this, you'll see there that's 90 degrees from it. Now what you'll also notice is that this view cube over here looks a bit wonky. It doesn't look very much set. So what's happened over here now is that the top has reorientated to this user coordinate system that I've got over here. Now the user coordinate system, if I do want to use this again, I don't have to go to the workflow of going clicking this drop down over here, going to face UCS. What I can do is I can go and rename it UCS for use later on in the design process if I think I need to go make a change on that face. So what I do for that, click on the drop down arrow next to coordinates, and this UCS dialog box will pop up. Now this UCS dialog box, I click on named UCS, and you'll see there it's got my unnamed. I click on it once slowly, and I'm going to say side face of pyramid. Okay. And then I select OK. So now what you'll notice is that it says side face of pyramid on top of the top, bottom, left, right, front, and back. And then obviously my world. So if I go back to world, you'll see that it pops up over there. If I want to go back to my UCS, which is the one that I just created, I just click on side faces. And there again, I'm able to go and create my my rectangle or whatever 2D geometry I want on that face over there. Okay. And that is just a way to be able to create a UCS on a slanted surface that's not 90 degrees to your original world coordinate system inside AutoCAD using the face UCS command. Thank you very much for watching.